Now let's study functions of oxytocin. Actually, oxytocin, it performs two important functions. The first is a contraction of uterus and number two is the milk ejection reflex. Now let us understand how these two functions are performed by oxytocin. So first, that is contraction of uterus. Before the oxytocin comes into play, there is one hormone which is secreted from the ovaries, that is estrogen. So this estrogen hormone secreted from the ovaries, it does its job of insertion of the oxytocin receptors on the uterus. So there is a uterus, so this is uterus. On the wall of uterus, these oxytocin receptors are inserted or they are made available by estrogen. So now we have got the receptors. So now there is only one thing which is left out, that is oxytocin hormone आएगा और वो uterus पे काम करेगा. So whenever we get the stimulus for the secretion of oxytocin, and this secretion is what you can say, that is baby coming out, and this is triggering that stretching karata वो uterine wall को. So that is contraction also, that is one of the stimulus for the release of oxytocin. So this oxytocin, it is released from the fetus and mother's posterior pituitary. ठीक है, तो there are two sources. कहाँ से secrete होता है? एक तो fetus से और दूसरा mother का posterior pituitary से. Now it performs two important functions. Number one, it comes and it binds to the receptors on the uterus and it causes contraction of the uterus, number one, and it also stimulates the placenta to make the prostaglandins. These prostaglandins, they stimulate, they cause more and more vigorous uterine contraction. So this is another example of your positive feedback mechanism. And also these uterine contraction, they give a positive feedback for the release of oxytocin from the posterior pituitary. So this is the important function of your oxytocin. Number two is a milk ejection reflex. Okay, so the receptor for this milk ejection reflex is that first is the sound of a cry of a baby. So whenever the mother hears that the baby is crying, this is one receptor. This receptor, this is a stimulus which acts on the higher centers, and this from this higher center, that is prolactin inhibiting hormone, this is inhibited. Okay, so this is in the anterior pituitary. So this is what you can say, that is nullified, या उसका effect को हम कम करते हैं, and we have the this higher centers, it stimulates the hypothalamus for the secretion of the prolactin hormone. Okay, prolactin, that is like oxytocin hormone which release from the hypothalamus to the portal system से वो posterior pituitary पे जाता है. This oxytocin, it causes the increase of prolactin, and this prolactin, it will cause the milk ejection from the contraction of the smooth muscles, and the baby will have the baby will feed on the mother's milk. Also the suckling reflex, that is baby suckling, this causes the stimulation of mechanoreceptors and nipple, which will cause more and more release of prolactin, and this is the milk ejection reflex, which is a part and parcel of your function of your oxytocin hormone. Thank you so much.